From Season 3 ends in shocking fashion as many long-running mysteries are answered and new questions are raised. Throughout Season 3, From's characters have been pushed further than ever to a breaking point. From's monsters found new ways to torment the township's residents, including brutally killing Tianchen Liu, Elizabeth Moe, in front of Boyd Stevens, Harold Perrineau, and a sinister creature growing inside of Fatima, Pega Ghaffuri. The mystery of Fatima's pregnancy is answered and Elgin, Nathan D. Simmons, pays a terrible price for keeping her captive in the town's root cellar. Meanwhile, Tabitha Matthews, Catalina Sandino Moreno, and Jade Herrera, David Alperi, finally learn the answers they have been searching for, which involve From's bottle trees and the Ankui children. Perhaps most shocking of all is one of From's most prominent characters, Jim Matthews, in Bailey, being killed by a new character, the man in the yellow suit, Douglas E. Hughes. Why the man in the yellow suit kills Jim in From's Season 3 finale. Knowledge comes with a cost. The man in yellow smiling in the forest in From's Season 3 finale. The man in the yellow suit kills Jim as a consequence of Tabitha and Jade's discovery. He tells Jim that knowledge comes at a cost and says that he tried to previously warn him. When he utters the line, "Your wife shouldn't have dug that hole, Jim," it becomes clear that he was the voice on the radio at the end of Season 1 who said those same words. He intervened when Tabitha and Jim were getting too close to the truth in Season 1 and has now intervened again after Jade played the song. The man in the yellow suit cannot permanently kill Tabitha or Jade due to their original connection to the town, as they will simply return in a different form. Instead, he kills Jim, which is a death that will devastate the Matthews family and all the township's residents. From a narrative standpoint, Jim's death significantly raises the stakes. While From has killed many individuals, the deaths have mostly been supporting characters, but Jim's demise proves that even major characters are no longer safe. What happened to future Julie from Season 3's final scene? From's use of time travel continues. Julie Matthews, Hannah Sheramy, looking terrified and putting her hands over her ears in From Season 3, Episode 8. The man in the yellow suit killing Jim is not the only surprise in From Season 3's final scene. The other surprise is that a future version of Julie Matthews, Hannah Sheramy, time travels to the moments before her father is killed. Julie's time traveling previously solved Boyd's rope mystery, but that was only the beginning. Even though her brother, Ethan Matthews, Simon Webster, tells her that she cannot change the past, she is still trying to do so. Unfortunately, Julie is unable to save her father from the man in the yellow suit. She is last seen screaming in horror at the sight of Jim's throat being ripped out. From Season 4 will have to reveal what happens next to this future version of Julie. As long as she is not killed or captured by the man in the yellow suit, Julie will likely continue her time travel, which can provide her with invaluable knowledge, but cannot help her change anything as From is following Lost's rule of whatever happened, happened. Tabitha's connection to Miranda and Jade's connection to Christopher explained. Their similarities were always intentional. From Season 3, Episode 9's ending indicated that Tabitha and Miranda, Sarah Booth, were the same person as Tabitha experienced a memory of Miranda being killed before she reached the faraway tree. The Season 3 finale confirms this, along with the reveal that Jade and Christopher, Tom Paine, are the same person. Tabitha and Jade were among the first residents to exist in the town and have repeatedly returned over many years in an attempt to save the children and set them free. Miranda and Christopher were earlier versions of Tabitha and Jade who tried and failed to save the children. This is why there have always been so many parallels between Miranda and Tabitha and between Jade and Christopher. It explains why Tabitha and Jade have been the only residents able to see the Ankui children and why they have visions that the others do not have. Tabitha's natural connection and maternal instinct with Victor, Scott McCord, also makes more sense, since Miranda was Victor's mother. What Fatima's pregnancy reveals about the monsters. The monsters are immortal. Fatima ultimately gives birth to the smiley monster, Jamie Maguire, who is now reborn after being killed by Boyd in Season 2. This reveals that the monsters cannot be permanently killed, which ties into the creature's origins and how the children were murdered. Victor said in From Season 3, Episode 8 that the children were murdered in the dark by people they loved and trusted. Fatima adds to this explanation with her newfound understanding that From's monsters sacrificed their own children in exchange for immortality. This immortality is why Smiley and the other monsters cannot be permanently killed. Fatima only says it promised the monsters that they would live forever, but this likely a reference to the man in the yellow suit. He is seemingly the original evil at the heart of the town who used the offer of immortality to make the monsters immortal and to have them do his bidding. However, if Tabitha and Jade are able to finally save the children and set them free, this may destroy everything the man in the yellow suit has built. What Ankui and the bottle tree numbers mean in From. These mysteries were all about helping Tabitha and Jade remember. Thanks to Jim, the numbers in the bottles are revealed to be musical notes. When Jade goes to the bottle tree and plays a song on the violin based on these musical notes, the Ankui children reappear. It is through the song and the children's reappearance that Tabitha and Jade realize that Ankui translates to remember. The children and the song are meant to help Tabitha and Jade remember their original connection to the town. They remember who they are and all the past lives they have lived in the town, including their time as Miranda and Christopher. This realization becomes even more tragic as they realize that one of the children they have repeatedly tried and failed to set free was their daughter, and the song is a lullaby their past selves used to sing to her and the other children. All of Tabitha and Jade's visions and discoveries have led to them remembering. Now that they remember who they are and why they are trapped in the town, they may be able to finally change things. Boyd and Sarah's dark decisions with Elgin explained. Boyd and Sarah make Elgin suffer. Elgin refuses to divulge Fatima's whereabouts because he has been fooled into believing that the completion of her pregnancy is the key to the residents escaping the town. Despite the ghost of Father Khatri, Sean Majumdar, trying to talk Boyd out of it, Boyd smashes Elgin's hand with a hammer. He tries reasoning with Elgin, but when that does not work, Boyd's desperation and anger gets the best of him as he refuses to let his daughter-in-law suffer and die.